Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Indie Scene here on IndieRockRadio.ca. Yeah, we've been on hiatus for a little while with this show, but I decided to bring it back, but more on a visual end of things. This is not broadcasting live from IndieRockRadio.ca, but we will be broadcasting the show later on sometime soon when we return it to Sunday nights at Indie Scene. But this is for all you amazing Facebook and YouTube fans out there. We have got a great act in the studio for you this week on Indie Scene. This is the first of many interviews that we're going to be doing here on Facebook Live. We have Mr. Pete Dumoulin in the studio with us tonight. And Pete, if you are not familiar with, Pete helped us out recently when we did our big event in February of this year for Blank Fest. And he was one of the people who joined hands to help raise money and awareness and coats and blankets for the homeless here in Montreal. And, really amazing guy. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce it to you right now. Here we go. Here is Mr. Dumoulin. Hey, Pete, how's it going?
Hello, man.
Hey, not too bad. So how are you guys dealing with all this COVID-19 stuff?
It's like nuts. Not playing. Really miss playing, man.
Yeah. There's nothing. What is your views on that when it comes to because I do know a lot of people they're even doing some larger concerts where they're going to be having it visual, but you're going to have to do it via online and so on. How do you play to a huge empty stadium at the Bell Center? You know what I mean? How could you do that or play to any audience? It's all about the feeling as far as I'm concerned.
I think it's going to change the way we live for forever. I think it's never ever going to be the same again.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
Yeah.
hope
I have
so.
to
I
admit,
hope it comes back like it used to be. We'll be able to play live venues and produce wherever we want.
Yeah. Okay. And anyways, let's get started here. For some of the people who don't know who you are and so on, we're going to get into the. Are you ready? I could sometimes make people cry because I dig so deep into these interviews and stuff. So are you ready for that, Pete? Right?
Oh yeah. I'm ready.
Okay. And you're ready? You're ready? You got the Kleenex ready for him?
Yeah.
I want you to introduce yourself also. This lovely lady next to him is not only his background singer, but the love of his life. Introduce yourself.
Thank you. Hey, my name is Tina. So I sing with Pete.
Yeah.
So in all this come by thing, I'm more French than English. Sorry for my language.
Okay, pas problem.
The music got us out of there and all. So I've been here, but with friends, and we started going out together, and it's good.
The love of music together, and that's it. It's a great combination. And of course, I have.
Voila, like we say in French.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so Pete, let's get into it. So tell us about when you started back in this career. Give us a little bit of history of where all this started for you.
Well, I started playing music, fronting bands. Actually, I started fronting bands when I was 18, and 51. I'm just 51 today. Actually,
today it's his birthday.
Oh yeah, it's your birthday today. What a perfect! Oh, no wonder he was going can we do the interview a little later, or a little earlier, and so on and so on. He says, I'm not sure what the wife's got planned, and happy birthday, buddy.
We partied last night too, so this morning I was feeling a little sideways,
So Jamison will do that. Yeah. That's it. Good Irishman. Oh, hey boy. Anyways, so like I said, the question again, just to dig a little bit deeper. You said so you were backing up a lot of bands. So before you, I guess you were the guitarist, and then you decided to form your own.
I started as a frontman. I was fronting bands, different bands in Montreal.
Okay.
Like from 18 to say I don't know, maybe 27. Then I joined my first blues band when I was 27.
Okay.
And then I played in a blues band for 2 years. Great band, Midnight Blues Special it was called. I really liked that band.
Okay, excellent.
Then I figured instead of being a singer in a band, I'd rather just write my own stuff and sing my stuff. And I ended up playing covers anyway, but under the name Pete Dumoulin, under my own name. So
that's it. That's it.
So like ever since, you know.
Mm-hmm. So, not to pry, but how old are you today? Anyhow,
51.
51. Oh my God, you could be my son. That'd be impossible because I'd be 2 years old. So I'm about 2 years older than you. So, but it's all right, man. You know, at our age or whatever, we're like fine wine, aren't we? Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think I think so.
That's it.
You say it's a privilege growing old. So
yeah, that's it. Well, 50. Hey, if we were gay, we'd be 50 and fabulous. But you know, shit happens. Yeah, I know. I get myself in trouble all the time on these social media platforms and stuff like that. But I just got to be me. It's the bling. That's why they call me the bad boy of rock. Anyway, that's it. So I noticed that one of your favorite loves for music is pretty much the blues or whatever. What led you to the blues in the first place?
Well, like I said, I joined a blues band when I was 27. Before that, I was in the rock and roll, like everything, like even some hard rock in the beginning.
Yeah.
But then I joined a blues band, and that's when I really started learning blues songs, discovering who I really liked and who I disliked.
Yeah. So tell me, who are some of your favorites in the blues
Robert
business?
Cray. Robert Cray. I really like Robert Cray. I love, of course, B.B. King's.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis. Hold on, baby.
Listen to Elvis.
Hey, if you live in Quebec and you don't like Elvis, Cabernac, man. You know, come on. One of my favorite movies. Yeah, well, one of my favorite movies of all time is Elvis Graton. So.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing more funnier. Have you ever seen this movie, Pete? It's a really good movie.
Yeah, many times.
Elvis Graton. Oh my God. My favorite scene is when he's at the swimming pool. And this woman comes up, and she's totally topless, wearing nothing but a grass skirt. And he goes, and he picks her up and just throws her in the pool. That would be like me. That's my personality, you know. Just pick her up and throw her in the pool. That's it. So, anyways, moving on. So, are you a big Elvis fan also?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Probably it's who made me want to be a musician.
Yeah.
I figure I first heard him when I was 8 years old, and ever since it's been in my life.
Oh, there you go. There you go. And that was like when Elvis was starting out, or no, we're not that old, you know. But yeah, man, it's great to, a lot of today's music and a lot of the great music that comes out today. I mean, if you are really, really planning on being something special, you have to dig back to the roots of rock and roll and stuff way back into those days. Now, keep in mind, Elvis came out of the time when it was all Bible Belt and there was country music and it was, everything had to be clean. And then when this boy came out, yeah, you got it. And, he was down there in the bayou learning blues from some of the greats and stuff too, So he combined all that together. And when he came out and took things, he took it by storm, Keep in mind, who was popular before Elvis at that time? I think Ricky Nelson was like the clean cut boy Ricky and Nelson all that stuff.
Way after Elvis. It was, I would say Bill Haley in the comments.
Bill Haley, yeah. All the
before 1954. Elvis came out when he started 55, 56, Elvis.
That's it. But one of the greatest things about Elvis, man, is you can put him in a movie and he'll sing about anything. I got a cantaloupe. I got a cantaloupe. It's that's one of my favorite things about Elvis. Yeah, he could sing the storm about any subject whatsoever, But one of my favorite tracks from him, believe it or not, is a folklore German song. It was in the movie. I think I was where he was a soldier or something. Well, he was. It's the one. Treat me right, treat me good, treat me like you really should.
Yeah. He's that little puppet, right?
Yeah, with a little puppet thing. He goes, I'm not made of. But he can, hey, girl. He can make anything sound sexy, right, Elvis? Hey,
was the
anything he sang about, he melted the girls' hearts all the time, right?
me of cool
Yeah.
back then, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's why she's with the Pete
Audio
over
visual
here.
blitz
That's it.
that America ever had, I think.
That's it, eh? So I see you got that guitar in hand or whatever. We're here to talk about your past album in 2015, and we're also here to talk about your up and coming album and new music video that's going to be on the way. But you look like you're itching and raring to do something for us here, and definitely we love entertaining the audience. So what you got lined up for us over here?
I'll play some originals if you don't mind on this.
Yeah, of course. That's what we're here about. Indie is indie, man. We're not here to play any cover band shit. That's for sure.
You have some links.
Unless you put your own spin on it, then Facebook won't come after me with their little police department. I'll be all right. You know? So that's it. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to let you take the realm right now and go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Pete Dumoulin.
All right. This is a song off my 2015 album. It's called "Coming Home to You." I'm coming home and that's so bad. You're going to see me, baby, count on that. Your power hits me like a 44. Well, I love an angel, you know that, all. Love a little girl of mine, you know that, all that ain't no lie. All right. And nothing's gonna stop me once I get myself back home to you. I'm coming home to you. Well, I'm riding in my brand new car. I can see the sun going down so far. I'm riding this old highway because I know it's going down your way. Love a little girl of mine, you know that love that ain't no lie. All right. And nothing's gonna stop me once I get myself back home to you. I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you, baby. Coming home to you. Coming home to you, baby. Coming home to you. All right. Coming home to you. I'm trying to get home just to see some other man's replacing me. Run back to my car to get my gun. Well, it's got to know that he better run. Love a little girl of mine, you know that love that ain't no lie. All right. And nothing's gonna stop me once I get myself back home to you. I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you, girl. I'm coming home to you.
There we go. Beautiful, man. Nice work there, buddy. Beautiful. So that's off of the 2015 album. What was the name of the album anyhow?
No Regrets.
No Regrets, eh? That's it. That's pretty much how we need to live life, man. No regrets, eh? Shaking it up, you know, going out, you know, pissing on the side of a building or whatever. No regrets, man. Just, you know, doing what you got to do, right? It's the way to go.
It's on iTunes. It's on iTunes. The album's not on iTunes, but I got 3 singles on iTunes.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. Well, we're going to let the people know. We're going to get some information. If you could sidebar me the information there, I'll post it up for the people. You'll see on the thing there's like you can do a private message. or
Okay.
whatever, you just send me the information. I'll make a banner and put it up for the people. So yeah, definitely. I wanted to go back now. When we first met, you had contacted me. You said, "Yeah, I want to be a part of this Blank Fest thing," and so on and so on. But you said that you had also done some charity work and stuff in the past for, I think it was for the victims of like a fire or something that happened in LaSalle or something, a family.
I did that. I did that at the Crawley Center in 2016, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
2016.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And,
one of my
and I
old
did a
co-hosts.
lot of cancer stuff too. I did a
Yeah.
lot of things with cancer.
Okay. One of my old co-hosts, when I originally started the show, Maria Zankowitz or whatever, she was involved in that also. That whole thing, because I think she had lived around the area.
Wasn't she in Happenstance?
She used to work in Chateauguay at some television show and stuff like that. Redheaded lady.
Was she the
That's
band?
No, she used to promote bands. She used to book bands and stuff.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's it. She had what was it? She worked for Starlight and stuff also. A
Okay.
couple of times. Yeah, I had I forget the name. Something Productions or whatever. She used to have her own little agency and stuff. She used to book bands and stuff like that. So, little booking agency. Anyways, yeah, she's from LaSalle also. So, that's it. Anyways, yeah. So that whole thing, it was quite the tragedy, though. Eh? Tell us a little bit more about what happened there. I know
people. I think it was a 60-unit apartment burnt down in Verdun.
Yeah.
And from like in a matter of hours, a whole bunch of 60 families had no place to live.
Yeah, and nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing left. Nobody was insured in that thing, in that apartment building.
Yeah.
So everybody lost everything, basically. So what we did was there was a lot of bands that went over there and paid. I think it was $10 or $12 to get in, and it was a big success. It was so much to the point that I received mail from the mayor of Verdun thanking all the bands got thanked for the jet.
Okay, who's interrupting the show here? There we go. It's always this shit. It's always this shit too, eh?
This guy wants to be on camera.
We don't have one. We have two.
You got two of them. Oh my god, that's cool. And they pretty much rule the house, right?
Oh yeah, basically.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah, it's pretty tragic. But look at it in a similar way. Like a lot of people are complaining nowadays about the situation of us being locked down in homes, COVID-19, all that sort of stuff. But look at the blessings of that. I mean, someone who comes out of a tragedy like that, 60 units, 60 families coming out, have nothing left. Literally, all their stuff is burnt to the ground. You got nothing but you, your bank account, your family, and all these worries about wondering, where am I going to live? What am I going to do? And so on and so on. I mean, here, the only thing that we're having to deal with is probably like an inconvenience of not being able to go to a movie anytime you want, or a restaurant or anything like that, or having to wear a mask out in public and things like that. But also, I mean, there's tragedy in it too. I'm not downplaying it. There's tragedy because there's people dying out there from this whole thing. But, we sometimes we need to balance life and realize, how good sometimes we do have it or whatever. And maybe this is not such a bad thing after all, that maybe this is a good thing that will bring us all closer together. You know what I mean? And, a whole new world, right?
Yep.
That's it. And with Pete Dumoulin's new album coming out, even better, right?
All the songs are written right now. I haven't haven't recorded anything yet. It's all in my it's all up on my noodle here.
Well, I'm hoping that before we end this interview and this show, that you're going to at least give us a taste of at least one song off of that album. Hopefully.
I probably can. Can.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. So tell us a little bit more about the band and stuff. I know one thing's for sure: you have one kick-ass drummer, and everybody in town is jealous that you have this guy working for you. Yeah, because I remember last time when we were there, I think there was another band, which I won't mention the name or whatever, but they go, "Oh, he's got that drummer." Oh God, it's like they felt like they were upstaged right there from that point. It was like you can't go on after Pete Dumoulin or whatever and think you can put on a show after that guy hit the stage along with them, you know. So
He's probably the best musician in the band.
yeah, that's it.
David Dumoulin is a fantastic drummer. I met him at a party. And then one night I was playing at Pete's, and he was in the audience. And he said, "Can I sit in with you guys?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Sure." So he sat in with us, and then I never got rid of him since. I mean,
there we go.
He's the best drummer I've ever played with. I mean,
and I would add,
keeps everything together, you know.
Yeah, but I would add, he's not only a fantastic drummer, he's a fantastic person.
Oh, yeah,
that for sure. Yeah, I know. That night he was talking to everybody. Yeah. Very approachable. Yeah, very, very nice. He's humble. You know, that guy could, with that much talent, could literally go around and have a huge ego. Like most, I've seen some people like really grow into egos. People that I've helped out in the past throughout their careers and stuff, they've turned into like monsters. You know what I mean? But that guy right there, man, never met such a humble dude. You know, he's so approachable with everybody. It's just like he's literally standing in the back with the crowd or whatever. It's like, yeah, acting like he's one of the audience or something like that when he's out there, because he is. You know, and then he'll just like, oh, I gotta go play now or whatever. You know, what
is fun with us sorry if but when we go and play, it's like an evening out.
Yeah.
You know, we play 7:30, 11:30, but we find friends with us.
Yeah.
So it's friendly, it's fun. We have fun together.
Yeah.
That's how we work.
Yeah. Well, that's the best way to keep a band together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what music's all about. It's no use doing it if it ain't fun, right?
Yeah. Well, a band that plays together and hangs together stays together, right? So that's it.
And we have an awesome guitar player, Mr. Elborn.
David Elborn.
God, that's wow.
Yeah. Okay, and tell us more about the other musicians in the band.
Well, basically, that's all there is. David Elborn, David Devine, and myself. We haven't been playing with a bass player because
bass players are always hard to keep one. Never find one because most bass players love to play guitar.
Yeah, well, we just haven't found a bass player basically that fits yet. I mean. Right now, everybody's content the way it is, you know. Yeah. So, and economically too, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Like when you're gigging, I mean, it's economically more sense.
That's for sure. Excellent. So, so a bunch of band of brothers, eh? And how long have you been playing with these guys all together?
Well, with David Devine now, almost a year now. Almost a year, maybe even a year and a half.
Okay. And
Dave Elborn, maybe 6 months now, or
okay. And tell me, I mean, bands go through a lot of changes and so on or whatever. What has been your struggles over the years trying to keep everything together and living out your musical career, your dream? What's it been like for you? I mean, there must have been some struggles, some good times. And
well, the struggle to tell you the truth is to play my originals. I find it a struggle.
Yeah.
Finding guys that actually take the time to learn them, like David Devine learned my songs, you know, and so Dave Elborn, he took the time to learn my songs.
For sure.
And the gigs, gigging is harder than ever.
Okay. Oh, we got here. I got a little thing to pull up here for you. I don't know if you can see that.
Diane Smith. Happy birthday, Mr. Pete. Thank you very much, Diane.
That's my cousin. That's it. Thank you, Diane, for making such an amazing comment. So there we go. As you can see, any sort of questions or requests or whatever, they come up on the screen like that or whatever. So any interactiveness. Now, just to let people know, we're going to be also broadcasting the show throughout the week, or where we're going to do a couple of what they call that, view parties or whatever. Hey, the view party on Facebook and stuff. Yeah, watch parties. Yeah, we're going to do a couple of those. So if you did miss the show, also this is going to be posted up on our Facebook at indierockradio.ca. And we're also going to be doing the audio version of all this when we go back to the airwaves on indierockradio.ca for Indie Scene. And yeah, I've been on hiatus for a while with this show, trying to figure out where we go next. How can we make it simpler? And, you know, I really wanted to get more in depth. I mean, I can... when it comes to playing people's music and stuff, I get so many submissions or whatever. It's hard to keep in track, but I want to get more detailed and more in depth into what the musicians are doing out there and introduce them to the public and stuff. So that way, when we do have events and stuff, which I know, Pete, you're a part of most of the time or whatever, and we're going to be doing another live concert online here in the future for Ajwa. That's been postponed, as you know. And I want to thank you a lot on behalf of Ajwa and all of them for helping us out with the last event that we had. It was amazing, and you guys put on one hell of a show for that one. So getting back to it, so your musicians and so on, great musicianship, they're learning the songs and so on, and it's a whole new band and so on. So I mean, we dealt into your past, basically, you know, present. But what are your plans for the future?
Well, I'm retiring.
Where do you think you're taking this thing?
I have like most people have day jobs when they're musicians. I have a night job.
Oh, there we go.
And I'm retiring in 2021.
Okay.
June 2021, I'll be retiring. 33 years in the company, and I have had enough.
Oh,
so
boy.
I'm retiring.
So,
and I want to do music full time after that.
Yeah, well, even Huey Lewis started in his like late 40s, 50s, I think.
Is that right?
Remember Huey Lewis in the news? Yeah.
I thought Huey Lewis went back in the 70s. I thought
yeah, no, they say he started his career very late, where he became like popular at that popular level. He hit it at like a very late age in life. And here's another little twist. A lot of people, I said this to my roommate the other day, and she was totally shocked. You know who Huey Lewis's brother is, right?
No.
Joe Jackson.
No.
Yeah, remember Joe Jackson?
Yeah.
That was Huey Lewis's brother. Yeah,
so
you gotta look back at that one. Yeah.
So his brother, wasn't he a musician? Wasn't Joe Jackson a singer?
Yeah, he was also a singer and composer and so on. You know.
Yeah. So that's wild. I did not know that.
You know, here comes Jeannie with your new boyfriend. That guy who did that song or whatever. Yeah. Joe Jackson, yeah, brother of Huey Lewis. A lot of people didn't know that. Yeah, I'm one of those guys, you know, like when you pull out the Trivial Pursuit, like 80s music or any sort of like 80s trivia or music trivia. Yeah, a bunch of useless knowledge.
I got one for you. Because the only reason I know this is because it involves Elvis.
Yeah.
With rock star.
Yeah.
In 1975. Climbed over the gates of Graceland and got intercepted by the Memphis Mafia and got the tar kicked out of him before he could kick him out of Graceland.
Bo, I'd be totally taking a guess at this one, so hit me.
Bruce Springsteen.
No shit.
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen accepted into the Memphis Mafia. Oh boy. Oh my God. That's hilarious. Well, if you look back at there's a lot of cool history or whatever. Like, for example, Merle Haggard decided to create his career when he saw Johnny Cash playing live at Folsom Prison. Yeah. He was in that concert when they did the live concert and everything, and he was sitting up in the front row and inspired him to become the star he was or whatever, and so on. Which is pretty funny how he was so gun ho about like hippies and stuff like that back in the day. Like one of his songs where he goes off and complains, like, we're all like no long haired hippies or whatever. Yeah,
Francisco.
yeah, he was like so pure and so innocent or whatever. Dude, you just came out of doing time, It's like, what can I tell you? So, anyways, I guess it's time for another track. Let's entertain these people a little bit. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to hear another track. We've got a pretty decent little listener audience right now.
I sent you three tracks too, from YouTube links.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to see if I can line those up without putting them up on screen.
I'm going to play what I didn't send you, okay? So I'll play a tune called Things That Change.
All right, here we go, folks. Mr. Pete Dumoulin.
Yeah, Things That Change. Sometimes I think about changing my possession. Sometimes I'll even change my point of view. I'll even change my hair, wouldn't bother me a second. A lot of things I would change, but not you. These days I think I've been drinking too much. And even pour a little rain on the cigarettes too. Stay at home on weekends, try to save a few bucks. A lot of things I would change, but not you. Wouldn't change the way that you open the door. Wouldn't change the way that you look at me. Change the way that you look at me when you say, baby. Even if I saw the stars go up in heaven, they always seem to fade compared to you. Your red hair and your red eyes are your weapons. A lot of things that would change, but not you. A lot of things that would change, but not you. Well, so many things that would change, but not you.
There we go, buddy. Amazing. A lot of things you would change, eh? So where'd that song come about?
Basically, I just made it up.
Mm-hmm.
Just made it up. Yeah.
There must have been somebody who were going, there was a lot of things I'd change about you, trust me.
Well, I don't know. Like, usually when I don't go out there saying I'm going to write a song about the moon or the sun or this girl. I don't do that. I write a song and I know by the time I'm done writing about. Pretty weird, It's like I'm as I'm writing it.
Yeah.
I read it and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm talking about.
Okay. I get you. Everybody's got a different writing process, eh?
Excuse me?
Everybody's got a different writing process and stuff. Some people write songs about experiences in their life, but some people just write about experience without having the experience. Yeah.
Like Celtic One, for example, that was actually about somebody that I met, and but there are very few and far in between those ones that I'll write about somebody.
Okay.
It's just made up.
Basically. So while we're on that subject of Celtic Woman, we're going to take a listen to that now. Take a little brief pause for you and me, and we're going to get the Celtic Woman on over here.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right, and let's see how I can integrate this as smoothly as possible. Okay. So here we go, and we're going to have to go to the big screen, and let's see if I can get this thing going just right. And here we go.
Oh, and it's all right?
Wait, no, they can't hear. We're on a break now, or what?
Yeah, hold on. Okay. There we go. It helps if I unmute the microphone. For a show like this or whatever, a little bit of glitches. There we go, folks. That was Pete Dumoulin and Celtic Woman. Amazing little video. We're going to dig more deeper into the upcoming video that's going to be coming up and the new album. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. Right now, I just wanted to take the chance. I just wanted to take the chance to hold on a minute. Let me take that off. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit more right now because this is Indie Scene, and this is a platform for all bands if they want to get themselves exposed and tell people a little bit more about their music. We're going to be having a lot more bands coming up on this show up in the future here. If you are interested in getting on the show, you need to simply here we go. Here's the email address, indierockradio.ca. And what I need you to do is just send me off your PK along with your MP3s, and we'll review your music and then let you know once we post it up on air on indierockradio.ca. Our live, of course, radio station running 24/7. So if you haven't had a chance to listen to indierockradio.ca yet, you are missing out on a lot. Great musicians like this, indie artists, along with some great classic rock happening on the station. We are real fans of indie rock, and we have done this for many, many years now with Indie Scene, and have passed many, many musicians throughout this thing. So like I said, send us an email, music@indierockradio.ca. If you're interested in coming on for an interview, getting your music played on air, we are here to help expose you without having to use a trench coat to do so. Anyways, we're going to get back to it right now here. Right back to Mr. Pete Dumoulin here. And welcome back, Pete. Hold on a minute. Let me unmute your microphone. I had to mute that stuff up. Okay, there we go. Wait till are you there?
Yep, I'm there.
Okay, excellent. Welcome back, Pete. Sorry for all the technical glitches. I'm getting used to all this. Soon I will smooth it all out and everything. So, yeah, really cool song, man. Nice production on that Celtic Woman track. And that was, of course, off of the 2015 album.
Yep. Hold on. Being told.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me. Yeah. So tell me. There's been a few years in between the last album to this album. Is it just because you're pretty hard on yourself about writing music and making sure it sounds right, or what's the deal with the amount of time?
It's a couple of factors. The first factor is I have to write the songs. And sometimes I can go months without writing a song. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, in one day, I'll wake up and I might write two songs in the same day, you know? It's never this. It just goes, I just go with I don't force myself. If I force myself to write something, it won't happen. And and the other reason, well, it's also economics, you know? You got to save up enough money to be able to make, you know.
Yeah, and do a sweet production.
Yeah, and
so tell
it's pretty hard these days. You know, it's hard on everybody. It's not. We're not living in easy times, right? Mm-hmm. Seems like you get a little bit of money left saved up, something happens and you need to spend it for something. You know.
Oh, I always say, everybody from the government is everybody's. As soon as you got money in your hand, everybody's got their hands in your pocket, and then you look and you go, "What just happened?"
Yeah.
That's why I like to leave it in the bank for a little while, make myself feel rich, and then, once it's all gone, try and replenish it as much as possible. I mean, we are we've only been doing this gig since November of last year, and ourselves or whatever, I'm personally financing this whole thing or whatever, and we're always looking for advertisers and sponsors. If you are out there listening to this, definitely you can get in touch with me at admin@indierockradio.ca. We're always looking for new sponsors and stuff, and we want to thank our sponsors right now. We have Paintwise Painting. We have Costa's bolognese sauce, and also Kelly's Orchard, or as they say, ye old orchard. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Ye old orchard.
Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, that's it. So we want to thank them for sticking on board and helping us support the indies, and also Steve's Music Board. Steve's Music Store is probably coming aboard soon. But as you know, with all this COVID-19 stuff going on, it's also very hard, not just for the musicians to go out and do gigs, but it's also very hard for me to even go out and try and find advertisers or conduct any sort of business, because everything's shut down. My radio business is about going out and promoting and being out there with the community and doing whatever I can to help the community at the same time, and grow our listeners' audience. And it hasn't been very easy for myself, so it's a labor of love. I do this for you guys. I do it because I love what music, and this is my way of self-expression of music. A musician plays the music to express to the audience. I do this is my channel.
And I tell you, it's really appreciated. Like, from people like me, you're a great resource for people like myself.
That's true. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man.
Don't get me started on local radio stations who pretend that they're doing some sort of how can I saying that they're supporting local artists, right? On Tuesday nights with live feeds. We won't mention names, okay?
There's more and more people like you coming along too. Yeah. You've heard of Rick Keane, Rick Keane's music scene. He's another guy that helps people like ourselves, like indie rock people, indie music people.
Oh, there's a lot of great indie shows out there, and you know what? I'm not one that shuns away from helping promote people if we all work together as a team. Last night, I was doing my show last night, and I had somebody pop on and starts self-promoting himself on YouTube. I was like, what the heck is that? It's rude. It's kind of like, stepping up on stage while you're performing type of thing, and just, starting to take over or whatever. That's not cool. If you come in, like I got friends like, Must See TV in Ottawa or whatever. He's good friends with me. We have there's another show called the Hecadelic Show out of Toronto, also really big supporter of indie music and so on. There's a lot of great things. I mean, recently we had, I'm also a guy that's like no bullshit or whatever, and we had a show that came on, claimed to be the top independent music show all across the internet and stuff, and we're on so many channels and this and that. And I thought it was a nice touch because they were playing different genres of music. I wanted to be able to offer not just rock, but have hip hop, country, this, that, and but one show that would handle that. They sent me a few productions. I played the show probably about 4 times, and I had to dump it because literally it got no listeners. And they weren't doing anything to promote themselves. Now, everybody who works with me, from Kirk Bennett, of course, and his Prague show, my sister Jackie Blue, who does her show, and everybody else, even Midnight Madness, they are out there trying to self-promote and bring in the audience or whatever. They understand what it's about. It's about bringing in people to listen and so on. And they literally did nothing for that. They were just going around saying, okay, sign with us, we'll send you to production. And they sent me this, they were self-promoting themselves throughout the whole thing, not assisting in any way to put our IDs in there or anything like that, or our commercials. It's like, oh, that's on your own, and we're too busy, we have too many so I said, no, that's not the way I like to work or whatever. And going back to what I was saying about earlier about local stations, they were saying through this whole COVID thing, okay, let's help support local bands on Tuesday nights, and we're going to do a live feed. I think they had maybe one band that was local or whatever, but of course was signed by a label. There was like no support for any sort of indie artist or whatever in that thing. And when you say you're supporting a local band and then you got Dennis DeYoung on,
yeah,
is that supporting local artists, or is that supporting like an ex-member of Styx? Hello.
I don't know. Is this the young from Montreal?
Yeah, that's it. No, but we do have great bands. We have we have Arcade Fire. Arcade
Yeah.
Fire was one of the coolest. Well, you know what? One of the leaders when it came to supporting independent music, man. These guys proved that as an independent artist, you can go out there and you can make a difference and do it on your own without submitting yourself to a record label. And that's
Yeah,
what it's all about. Yeah.
Like Brian Adams did the same thing, like back in 1994, right?
Yeah.
Brian Adams produced his first album.
Yeah. Okay? Another trivial thing. Which band did Brian Adams play with prior to his solo career?
Oh, geez, I wouldn't know that. I don't know.
Have you heard of a?
He sang for? He sang for a band.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, he was a guitarist, not a singer. He was a guitarist for this band. Sweeney Todd.
What is it?
Sweeney Todd. You know the song Roxy Roller? Nick Gilder?
Oh, yeah,
Hot
yeah.
Child in the City. They had a band called Sweeney Todd out of Vancouver. And Brian Adams played guitar for them before he became a solo artist. Bling does it once again.
Bravo.
So, anyways, it's my thing. Some people are into hockey and stats and all that stuff. I'm just like, I love my music, man. Like hockey and shit, I get free tickets all the time. I'll go there if I get free food or whatever. I've even had tickets right behind Patrick Waugh, right, like literally right behind the nets or whatever. And I don't really care. I'm sorry, all the Montrealers out there and big hockey fans or whatever who are missing their season right now. But I don't find it entertaining anymore. I loved hockey back in the days when it was, Robinson, Guy Lafleur, and all those guys, and when they were wearing no helmets, and you seen Robinson smash that motherfucker right through the boards. Yeah, that was. Days of Rocket Richard. Now, by the way, I met Rocket Richard one time when I was younger, and it was some promotional thing. And little smart ass I was, or whatever, I go up to him, and he was doing Grecian formula commercials then, and he was a little bit white, his hair, right, and gray. And I says, "Hey, what's up there, Rocket?" I says, "You're not using the Grecian too much anymore, are you?" Right? And he gave me this look like, "You little prick. You are so you're so lucky I'm here on a promotional thing. I slap you upside your head, because the Rocket or whatever he was known. That was back in the days when it wasn't about all the money and the glamour and all this crap that it's all about sports today or whatever. Back then he was still working at a freaking warehouse, and going to play professional hockey after, which back in the day. Yeah, the glory, but yeah, nowadays, no, I all the glitz and glamour, the price of tickets and stuff like that. I mean, it just turns me off. It's not entertainment for me anymore. And you know what? When I can go to a local arena and see like a AAA team or whatever play, or like little tiny bantam leagues or whatever, and they're hustling on the ice, playing better than you're watching this guy who's making millions of dollars a year, and he's barely hustling on the ice. You can always see the guys who do stand out, like when we had Koivu, remember?
Yeah.
Koivu, he was all over the ice. You saw that boy worked his ass off. That's why you give me and then the one that we just lost there, who donated to the children's, what's his name?
Subban.
Subban. Yeah, that's it. What a waste that was, getting rid of him, man. He was a big star over here, But yeah, I saw that boy on the ice. He was hustling. Everybody else was just lollygagging around. He's hustling on the ice. That stuff I recognize. And I also recognize musicians when they are pushing the ass and doing good things and deserve what they got coming to them and stuff. So, that's why I'm here supporting you, man. And so I want to get back into it now. We went a little off track, but I want to get back into it right now and talk about the upcoming album. So what do we have to look forward to with the new album? Do you have an idea of what
I want it to be a little more traditional.
Okay.
No instrumentation be a little more traditional, like a lot less instruments.
Acoustic.
Not acoustic, but I still want it electric, but but just a little less production.
Okay,
I want
okay.
to
So
do
you want to go back to the roots, is what you're saying? Like the
basically, yeah, like country blues.
yeah, kind of like the Colin James. I think there was a. Hey, I was caught in the crossfire, and the road seems black at night. Ding, 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 ding. When he had that steel guitar in there and stuff, that was like
And well, a lot of acoustic for sure, because I like acoustic. So a lot of acoustic guitar and some electric and bass and drums, maybe some piano, but that's it.
yeah.
I don't want to overproduce it this time.
No, no,
I
no. You know,
produce the other one. I just I went all out in the other one, and this one I
yeah.
want to keep it a more standard, like a little more like
Mhm.
yeah, stage friendly.
That's it, eh? Anyways, I the other videos and stuff you got me there. We do have our YouTube channel, and by the way, hello to everybody on YouTube and Facebook right now. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to be posting up Pete Dumoulin's videos up on there. You'll see there's a little section there where it says new music and stuff like that. We're going to be posting up Pete's video, so if you want to go and check that out on YouTube, you can. Yourself or whatever, talking about videos, we have an up and coming video from the album or whatever. We don't want to give away too much or whatever, but what's the idea behind all this?
Well, it'll be produced by your own soul brother Kirk Bennett.
Yeah, that's it.
Uh,
Yeah. You know, Kirk's known me since yeah, yeah, he's literally family. Kirk's sister used to babysit me, and he's watched me growing up. He's like one of my older brothers, man. Yeah, we're really close, and I really love. Have you had a chance to tune into his show or?
No, I never tuned into a show, but I've seen a few movies he made and some stills, and
Oh yeah,
we've talked about like the song and everything and how he sees it and how I saw it, and
yeah,
a
and
lot of
it's good, eh?
imagination. So I trust
Yeah,
his skill. He's been at it for 30 years.
yeah.
The man is obviously very talented.
Oh yeah, totally. Anyways, the big secret, as I was telling you earlier, Kirk has asked me to join in on the production of that thing, so I'm looking forward to helping you make the video,
Oh,
which
that's
is going to be
great.
cool. Yeah, yeah. He's very picky with his equipment, and he knows that he can count on me to make sure nothing gets scratched or dropped or whatever. So, you know, you'll have me even if I'm standing there holding a boom or something like that. I'm happy. I love to be a part of this whole production or whatever, and looking forward to it. So, which song or whatever have you chosen for that video?
Celtic Woman. Actually,
Oh, are you redoing Celtic
I had
Woman?
like 3 or 4 songs that I wanted to do, and
Mhm.
I asked Kurt what he thought, and he likes Celtic Woman, so we're gonna do Celtic Woman.
Oh, definitely. So instead of what we just saw, folks, that's still visual or whatever, where this is going to become a whole production now, and look forward to that coming up. All right, we're coming towards the end here. What I wanted to do is get you to play me at least a track or two or whatever off of the new album. Uh, so I'll let you take the reins there, and you can introduce this all to the people, and we'll come back right at you in just a couple of seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, live here on Indie Scene, it's Mr. Pete Dumoulin.
All right. This would be called Patience. Some say it's a virtue, some say it's a curse. Although my meaning could get lost in this verse, my head starts spinning like I do.
Sing louder.
Patience, beautiful word. Patient, just have to learn. Sometimes when I get into a fight with you, we say the things that we know are not true. My head starts spinning like I do. Why don't I just try to breathe in the good times, yeah. It's a work in progress, don't you know that it's hard? Patience, such a beautiful word. Patience, just have to learn. Sometimes I think at night I need to grab myself asleep. Self-tortured, I can find myself asleep. My head starts spinning like I do. Why don't I just try to breathe in? Fill my head up with all the good times, yeah. It's a work in progress, don't you know that it's hard? Why don't I just try to breathe in? Fill my head up high with all the good times, yeah. It's a work in progress, you know it's hard.
There we go. Amazing.
I have something to say.
Do you?
It was a new one for me. I never heard him sing that song.
Oh, no.
It's the first time.
Ah,
It's really the first time.
it's
We're
'cause
always together.
You know, it's like
inspired. That song, I guess he was inspired by you, right?
I'm a redhead. You need patience.
Redheads are something else, man.
Yeah, everybody needs a little patience, especially during the times we're going through right now.
Yeah, that's really true.
Yeah, may God bless us all and we get through this whole thing. You know what really pissed me off this morning, though? Back on that subject, because I went to the local corner store and there was about 30 bikes, bunch of crotch rockets or whatever, parked outside of the Couche-Tard. And these guys were all standing like close face to face, almost no separation whatsoever, and so on. And I have to say something. You know what I mean? Here's what people are really thinking: is that's wonderful. You're all going out on your crotch rockets, 30 of you out driving your bikes, and wonderful. But it's a little bit selfish and self-centered, and that's what really pisses people off. What the piss off is not that, okay, you're all standing close to each other, whatever. It's because you're doing that we're going to have to be waiting a lot longer before I can get on a damn flight and go out to Cuba or the Philippines or anywhere I want to freaking go. I can't do that. I can't do that right now because why? Because of ignorant pricks like that who don't give a damn about everybody else. If we all just sit back and follow the rules, we're going to get through this thing quicker. But you know what? The numbers in Quebec alone are staggering, and I don't think people are getting it. As soon as the sunny weather happens over here, you got people down by the water. Nobody's wearing masks. Nobody's following the rules. They're acting like nothing's happening. No, sure, we're all inconvenienced, and we're all sitting in our homes or whatever and having to, spend time alone. But weren't we all complaining about that a while back? Weren't we all saying, man, I'd love to just be sitting at home getting paid and doing nothing right now, right? My job was, I don't feel like going to work today. My boss is busting my balls, this and that. We're living in different time. And even then people are, what's it going to take to, get this whole thing together? That's what's killing me.
Maybe just a little bit of patience.
There you go. And that's why people like you, right?
And you get through it, right?
All right. So look, let's see if we can get one more out of you. Is that okay there, Music Man?
I'll play you a song off the 2015 album. Okay.
We only got one juicy track off of the new album, eh?
I don't like playing them like until they're like done. You know, they're all in my new. You know, it's not like a. They're not even arranged. I just improv the arrangement right there. So I'd rather play you something finished.
Okay. Well, we'll do that then. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Mr. Pete Dumoulin. Here we go.
All right. This is off the 2015 album called "The Games You Play." Well, now being around, you know that folks around, getting tired, so standing around. When coming by surprise, I was mesmerized by those blue skies in your eyes. These were the red and rebel down. My mind just keeps going on. If thinking about you night and day. It must be love, I'm trying to explain. My vision's an interplay. It gets so high, it gets hard to say. I know the game that you play. I know the game that you play. You play with me. You've been playing with me, little honey, with me. You've been playing with me. Can't believe how I've been blind, turning pages in my mind. It's been written for a long time. Came down to take a look. My eyes are blurry and you still look good. Looking at you, girl, made my day. I know the game that you play. Yeah. I know the game that you play. You're playing with me. You've been playing with me, little honey, with me. You've been playing with me. Furthermore, I love you down. Never gonna see you again. I know where you've been rocking it. Furthermore, I still like to play all the games that you today. Because I'm starting to know the play. I know the game that you play. around. Lord knows that goes around. Getting tired, so I'm standing around. "2015 album, folks."
2015. Hey, by the way, we got a little message here.
What does it say?
Rick?
Oh, there it is. There's Mr.
The man himself is in the realm of the studio here.
Right on.
Let's see if maybe we can get him to join in and say hello.
Yeah.
That's if he has it. No, you know what? I don't even know if he's set up for that, and I don't want to put him on the spot. So,
Okay.
well, but anyways, I do know one thing's for sure. He's probably setting up for his show coming up at about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. It's Kirk Bennett and an amazing show called Prog Talk. As we were talking earlier, Kirk is not only a filmmaker, does documentaries and so on. He's worked in the film business for quite a long time. He is also available if any other indie artists are out there. If you're interested in doing music videos and stuff like that, or if you have some sort of production you want to do, like a documentary on your band or anything like that, Kirk is the guy, isn't he, Pete? He is the man.
He's a very talented man. I tell you, he's been playing music. He's a musician.
Yeah.
He understands how musicians think.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's one of us, right? He knows exactly how we think. He is one of us, and he's definitely very talented. He's got an eye. He definitely has an eye.
That's it, eh? I bet he doesn't even know it's your birthday today, does he?
No, not many people do.
Oh, I know. Well, the secret's out now. You're on TV. I love that. You know, it's like sometimes my roommate makes me watch these reality shows and stuff, and I love it. There was one recently, I think it was 90 Day Fiance, and this girl was like claiming she was bisexual, goes to Australia, meets some girl, and so on, and she's got to come out to her parents. She goes, I don't know when I'm going to tell my mom or how I'm going to tell my. I'm sitting there shouting at the TV, going, "She knows now. She knows now." You're like worldwide on TV, and if you're not going to come out to your mother, pretty much she knows now, and sitting at home going, I hope she's honest with me and comes out to me.
Yeah.
So, so everybody knows about your birthday, bro. It's all good. So every year and on June 7th, we're going to get together for Pete Dumoulin's birthday. It's going to be a big bash. Hopefully next time it will be at some club, right?
Yeah, we hope so too.
Yeah,
we miss the people.
Yeah, that's
really miss the people we see when we play live. We really miss our public, our fans,
our fans. They follow us.
But they're not just, they're our friends. You know, that's what they are.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, any words you want to give out to the audience or whatever? Anything we can look forward to? So, when does the album due out? Do you have any idea, or you
don't have a due date yet because we didn't even start working on. We're just working out the. It's in it's not even pre-production. You know how stage it's at. It's right now we're like putting everything together. Like who's going to be in it? What are we going to do? Where are we going to do it? You know, that's where we are now.
So that's it. Well, excellent. I want you to stick around there after we shut off the show. I wanted to talk with you, so I'm just going to say my goodbyes now. I want to thank you very much for coming on the show here.
I'd like to thank everybody, and if Brian is there, my buddy Brian in Toronto. I love you, brother.
Brian,
hey there, how are you?
Check us out live on YouTube. So you must be on YouTube watching us.
Yeah, it could be possible.
Thank you very much.
He's got to make a comment. He's got to make a comment.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you very much for doing this. Like giving us a little bit of exposure.
That's nice.
Keeping us in the eye of everybody's eye there. And thank you very much. You're a very nice man.
Well, this is what I do, man. This is, like I said, this is my way of expressing passion, and If people don't know me, I'll explain myself very quickly. I've been in the mainstream radio business for many years. I've been in radio since early 90s, and I've worked in every single facet of it. Hence how I know how to run this thing. But the one thing I did see for many years was that a lot of great musicians like yourself have been passed up due to the fact that they weren't signed by a label. You wouldn't even get a peek from a local mainstream radio station and so on. They're still the same way today. And that's what I was trying to get at earlier, is that they're still bullshitting their way through it and saying that they're supporting independent music, and they're not. And you know what? It's just opens it up to a wonderful world for us internet people who are running these online stations. And honestly, would you rather be exposed to a mainstream local radio station just in Montreal, or would you rather be exposed to the world? And that's what I offer over here. And I love the fact that when I see good bands, and I'm going to mention one of them right now. I don't know if you know Ray from Vinyl Hero. He was at the show.
Okay.
Ray from Vinyl Hero. He did get some, after a little while or whatever, he did get some exposure recently on some mainstream radio. And it was good to see, you know, all there are so many years of hard work. He broke through that little crack over there. And, you know, big kudos to him and many other musicians I've seen come and go. But, you know, still a lot of great music out there. And you know, there's newer bands every single day. And, you know, we all form together and we all band together. We get to create this beautiful thing called music. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm just a vessel.
I'd like to say thank you to all the people who support local music in Montreal. Everybody that comes to see us, and everybody comes to see the shows.
But in Montreal, Lanaudière, whatever.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And Smoke Me Pete's, great venue. Thanks a lot to Smoke Me Pete's for having us on Sundays, and Kelly's. Kelly's too is a really nice place, and the like the Blank Fest, you know, they're always to help. So
yeah, it was a great time, and I'm really sorry. During that time, folks, we were trying to shoot out the live feed and part of Pete's show or whatever, which by the way was kick-ass if you were there. But the audio feed kind of went out on us on that show, so you did catch probably the first section of it. But there was just when things started kicking in, of course, everything goes papoo on me, you know. But like I said, we're a growing station. We're new. I'm still trying to work out all the kinks. I like all the as you can see, we're getting a little bit technical now with all this fancy McGiverisms here. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to keep up with the crowd, right? Anyways, once again, Pete, it's not goodbye. It's till next time, because you know, like we'll be doing a lot of stuff together. So the next time we see you, hopefully it will be when we do our live venue here for a great charity called AJWA, helping raise money for West Island Homeless Shelter. And you know, so far we did quite well with the last event. I think we raised about $5,000. $5,000 towards the shelter. But we still got a long way to go, and you know, great musicians like you helping us out, man. We'll get there, you know, slowly but surely. So from my brother to another mother, we'll see you again sometime soon here on Indie Scene.
Ina Baudry, Pete Dumoulin say thank you and goodbye, everybody.
Hey, take care. Be safe.
Excellent. And stick around. Like I said, I'm going to talk to you in a couple of minutes once we go off air here. Okay, so anyways, folks, I just wanted to close off the show here. Thank you very much for tuning into Indie Scene here on indierockradio.ca. We are not live on the station right now, but this will be recorded and put up on the station for our next episode of Indie Scene, which will be starting probably next Sunday evening from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll be playing you the best of the independent music circuit as much as we can. Now, for any of the musicians who are interested in getting on here to get your music played on indierockradio.ca, it's a very simple thing. And I've been having major issues with this, and people aren't reading. So get my face in front of you right now and pay attention, because I'm giving you the information you need. because I keep getting all this stuff sent to the wrong email addresses, and it causes a fickle because I like to organize everything where it's simple and easy to do. I receive no joke, over 200 submissions a week, okay, of music. And so in order for me to go through all this stuff, I'm wearing many hats in this biz. I am the program owner, the station owner. I am the sales, promotions, music director, the whole works. I have to wear all the hats. So please help make things easier for me. And what you're going to do is you're going to simply send me an email at this following address, music@indierockradio.ca. Okay. And over there, I want you to send me your PK. I don't want you to send me any Spotify accounts and stuff like that where I got to go and pick up the stuff. That's just extra work for me and so on. And you probably won't get any airplay because of that. Please send me good quality music on an MP3. Simple. Whatever tracks you want to get played. If you want to play send me the whole album and have me pick through it. No problem. I will do so also. But send me your PK so I know exactly who you are, where you're from, and what's the band all about, and so on, or whatever album you're promoting. We get submissions from all over the world. I got stuff coming in from Sweden, Italy, UK, all over the world. And don't worry, it doesn't matter where you're from, as long as you love to rock, man. All you need to do is just send me your music, and we will do the best to get it on for you. So like I said, music@indierockradio.ca, not admin. Admin is for any sort of general information you want to find out, such as advertising, any questions or whatever. If you have a complaint or any kudos or whatever, you can simply send it to me at admin. It's just a general mailbox over there. But for specific stuff like this, it's music@indierockradio.ca. Okay. Anyways, this has been Indie Scene here on indierockradio.ca and Facebook Live and YouTube. Want to thank you for giving me these wonderful mediums for me to broadcast this show. We will be back at you with some more great interviews, so stick around. You can catch us on facebook.com/indierockradio.ca, or you can catch us on our YouTube channel at Indie Rock Radio. You can find us there anytime. So keep in touch with us, and don't forget to check out our shows. You can find me each and every Saturday night from 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, playing the best of classic rock each and every Saturday night. Along with that, we also have Jackie Blue, who's Friday and Saturday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, playing you oldies. We have our independent music show, Midnight Madness, on Friday nights, and even more so, a mixture of a prog show that you've probably never seen before, and it's going to be impressive. Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday nights at 9, Kirk Bennett hosts this amazing show called Prog Talk. And tonight he's going to be focusing on some prog, but also some indie music at the same time. So make sure you stay tuned to that one, folks. And until we see you next time, stay safe. God bless you. And we'll see you all again here sometime soon. Take care.